Okay, so the next sketching is how to sketch the cylindrical surface. You know, cylindrical, the word is coming from the word cylinder. So what is the shape of the cylinder? So you have this particular surface. So that is your surface, and it is called cylinder. Okay, so here, now we go back with the sphere that you have sketched. Last time we have discussed on sketching something like this, equal to 4, for example, or even 1, 9. Okay, so you know that the way you want to sketch the sphere, you have to provide the trace or traces. You need to do some tracing, and after that projection. So about the tracing, you have to know how many traces that you have to provide. So how can you know that? It depends on the total variable that you have. Okay, last time for the nonlinear equation, the total variable that we have is 3. So if there is 3, total variable is 3, so you have to provide 3 traces. Okay, so for this applicable for nonlinear equation and also linear equation. Remember we have sketched the tetrahedron. That one is a linear equation, but the total variable there is 3. Similarly, here you also have 3 variables, but now we have nonlinear equation. So that's why your sketching is not a plane. This one is sphere, something curvy. Okay, so now we want to look at this equation, where now you have x squared plus y squared equal to 25. Okay, now tell me how many total variables that we have in this equation now. We have nonlinear equation, and there is x and only y, there is no z. So meaning that you have 2 variables. Total variable is 2. So remember last time for the linear equation, when you have a plane, you have x plus y equal to 4. X plus y equal to 4. So then you have to sketch the trace where you have minus x plus 4. So for this, how many trace that you have? We only have a single trace which referring to the y-x plane. Right, only single variable, only single trace. Similarly, for the nonlinear equation, if you have total variable is 2, then you only have to provide 1 trace. Okay, just like this one. This one, linear equation also 1 trace. So when you have a 1 trace, then after that you have to do the projection and also projection line. So similarly for the nonlinear equation, you have to provide a single trace, and after that projection, and then sketch the projection line. Okay, so now based on the equation that we want to focus here. Okay, so now the trace, we are doing tracing. So to get the tracing or the trace, you only have to provide 1 trace. So when we are talking about 1 trace, meaning that you're sketching on 2D system. Okay, so and on which plane, then refer to whatever variable that you have in your equation, original equation. So you have x and y, so meaning that you have y, x. Okay, now we are talking about a trace which is a curve. So do you know what is this? Yes, this is a circle centered at the origin and the radius is 5. And then you sketch that you have a circle with radius 5 and centered at the origin. So that is your trace. So next, since you have only 1 trace, if you have 3 traces, so what you have to do next? You have to combine them all together on a 3D system. But now when you have only 1 trace, so you have to do a projection. So now the projection is meaning that you have to sketch this one, the 3D system. So let's say I want to have the common, okay, common, I mean this one X and this one is Y and this one is Z. Okay, so could you please draw for me where is the blue line here on this 3D system? So this one is lying on Y-axis, so should be down here when Z is equal to 0, because there is no 0 here, meaning that Z is equal to 0. So meaning that then you draw the blue line. So just to make sure that, so that is the circle. Okay, so on this 3D system, so where are you now? You understand my question? I'm saying that if this one there is no Z, so as I shared with you in the previous video, so here you have to ask yourself which variable missing. So we can see that Z missing, meaning that you are looking from Z. So now here, where are you? So you are over here and you're looking downward, and you can see this blue line over here on Y-axis where the radius of the circle is 5. This is -5 and this is -5. Okay, now a projection. Again, the step in order to provide the projection is the same as the plane, where you assume that below you, because you are here, so the along this z-axis, so there is a new y-axis plane. So now then that is your new x, and that is your new y-axis. So you draw a similar blue line. So just to make sure that you will have something parallel, and you have to extend it. Okay, so you draw the same color. Okay, and then that is your imagination that you have another circle which lying on somewhere on the new xy plane, which is maybe z equal to 5, and then you have another. Then you just how to get the cylinder. So you have to draw a projection line. So what is a projection line? Projection line is a straight line which is parallel to the axis that you are standing over. So you are standing over here along z, so you have to draw a straight line which is parallel to the z axis. So that is your projection line, and you can see that is your cylinder. It is open cylinder. Okay, so actually the size of the cylinder is not only in this shape, I mean in this form, small like that. Actually it is a very very long cylinder. You can extend that, and the length of this cylinder is no boundary. Okay, no boundary. Okay, where you have that thing, I mean the thing that we can say that now we obtain the graph of this equation is a cylinder where the radius of the cylinder is 5 and it is lying parallel along the z-axis. Okay, so remember, this is not a circle. Yes, it is a circle if it is trace, but now we are talking about a 3D curve, I mean 3D graph, so it is a cylinder. Okay, here we have another example where you need to sketch the graph of y square plus z square equal to 9. So let's check. The total variable is 2, so the trace is only 1. So now your trace is the curve on 2D. So on which plane? Since you have YZ here, so you can put whether ZY or YZ. It is up to you. Okay, and again, what kind of equation that we have? If you have to think this one on 2D, something 2D graph. So you might here you can say, okay, I have a circle on ZY plane. I have a circle centered at the origin, and the radius is 3. So 3 and then 3. Okay, so now in obtaining the graph on 3D, since we have only one trace, here we only have one trace, then you need to provide the projection. So now you draw the line circle. So let's see here, I want to have y and this one z. Okay, so this one's supposed to be x. Okay, so then you have a circle. So where is your circle? So that you have to draw the circle here on this 3D system. So I choose a different color. So you have a size 3, and you got a 3, minus 3, minus 3. Okay, so that is the circle. So then again, where is the direction that you have to do the projection? Or in Malay I would say, arah mana you nak kena tarik you punya circle tu supaya you akan dapat something. Alright, so then by looking at this trace, so you have ZY, so X missing, so meaning that you have to do projection, you have to project your circle along the X axis. Okay, so meaning that in order to do that, you have to assume along the X there is a new Y and Z. Z, and this one Y, and you draw the similar circle okay, and then that is your procedure in order for you to obtain the projection. So now to complete your surface, you have to draw a projection line, a line which is parallel to the x-axis. But you need to combine the two circles. So then that is your cylinder. So that is your cylinder. Again, your cylinder here is the radius of the cylinder is 3, and then the cylinder is lying along the x-axis. Okay, so I would say that if you can see, you have only just like circle, but then when you're talking about sketching in 3D, you should have a cylinder. But that cylinder should be lying along which axis? So you can see here from the equation, there is no x, so meaning that you have a cylinder with radius 3, and it is lying along the x-axis because the x is not here. Similar as the previous example, in this one, you have the you are talking about a 3D graph. So it is a cylinder, radius 5, and it is a cylinder lying along the z-axis. You can imagine that, but then for the exam sake, you have to show it. Okay, how can you know that this cylinder should be lying along the z? Because from the equation provided, there is no z variable. Okay, so hopefully you clear with that.